Your policies are these guns are on your head!
It was another racist attack in America. The FBI is investigating the deadly shooting at a Dollar General store that's in Jacksonville on Saturday. They're calling it a hate crime.
Investigators releasing this chilling video of the suspect entering the Dollar General store on Saturday. He was armed with an AR-15 style rifle. Police say he fired multiple rounds before turning the gun on himself. The rampage was 11 minutes long. All this taking place as thousands gathered in the nation's capital on Saturday to mark the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington.
Angela Carr, Gerald Deshaun Gallion, and Denault Joseph Laguerre, known as AJ, shot and killed Saturday after a gunman opened fire at a Dollar General store.
Hatred of black people, it's a hell of a motivator. A white man wearing a mask traveled to a Dollar General store in a black neighborhood in Jacksonville, Florida, with just one purpose: to kill blacks. Of course, by now we know he succeeded, snuffing out Angela Michelle Carr, age 52. She was just in her car outside. AJ Laguerre, 19. He was working at the store when he was killed as he tried to run. And customer Gerard Gallion, age 29, was shot as soon as he walked into the store. This murderer, fueled by hatred, carried an AR-15 automatic rifle and a Glock. Apparently, he liked to decorate with swastikas. The shooter went to an HBCU before, but was turned away there. Still, on the date of the anniversary of the March on Washington, he fulfilled his need to kill. And he made sure there was no mistaking a motive. The shooter's racist writings, his disgusting beliefs, found on his computer by his parents just after the killing spree. Racism and hate crimes, they're not unique to America, but we are certainly leaders in creating a unique powder keg, if you will, for these kinds of attacks to easily happen. Legally, they're tough to prevent.
At the end of the day, the governor has blood on his hands. He has had an all-out attack on the Black community with his anti-woke policies, which we know very well was nothing more than a dog whistle to get folks up and riled up in the way in which it just happened on yesterday. My blood is literally boiling. Myself and other representatives, particularly Black representatives, throughout the past few legislative sessions, we have repeatedly told him what his rhetoric was going to do. Republican leadership across this state who are doing everything to continually attack Black lives, right? They are doing everything to erase Black history. They are feeding our children propaganda. All that does is lead to the devaluation of Black lives. Governor DeSantis and the Republican Party of Florida are doing nothing but hurting us.
Florida State Rep Angie Nixon and her raw emotion, it's unavoidable. And it's necessary, too. She makes anyone who pretends they can't connect the dots between just how much right-wing politics and racialized rhetoric affect the communities they target look silly. Being shameless and frozen in these moments, it's beyond callous. It's bordering on satanic at this point. Representative Nixon's MSNBC interview, so human. Now here's the opposite.
Florida, the state, and its people condemn the horrific racially motivated murders perpetrated by a deranged scumbag in Jacksonville at the Dollar General store. Perpetrating violence of this kind is unacceptable, and targeting people due to their race has no place in the state of Florida. We will work with Dr. Faison to ensure the college has adequate security, just like we've done when our Jewish day schools have been receiving threats.
At this point, Ron DeSantis is worse than an opportunist of bigotry. His robotic ability to just keep peddling a hatred agenda is only matched by those who can't get enough of it. But as expected, some Floridians weren't happy about his photo op at the prayer vigil.
The governor, he will come down and burn the mark.
Thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, your policies are these guns are on your head!
Anti-Black policies kill. It's that simple. And we all see it. A political party who consistently advocates for anti-Black policies and throws support and money, so much money, behind the likes of Ron DeSantis cannot pretend that they don't know the consequences. They know the consequences, folks. But in case someone still doesn't get it, here's another reminder.
Florida Governor and presidential candidate Ron DeSantis has strongly condemned the violence in Jacksonville, but he had nothing to say about the far-right ideology behind it, where it comes from, how to stop it. He had nothing to say about the swastika or the weapon of choice. What I am saying is that Republicans have created a permissive environment for white supremacists and domestic extremists in this country, have echoed their rhetoric and mainstreamed their talking points. It hasn't been an urgent issue, even as white supremacist violence and mass murders have been on the increase. It hasn't been urgent enough, not just for the Justice Department and for law enforcement, both federal and local, but also for the Democratic Party as a whole, for the media as a whole, for the American people as a whole. We haven't taken this issue seriously enough, even as Black and brown and Jewish and Muslim bodies pile up, both at home and abroad, as a direct result of white supremacist and racist violence.
Mehdi Hasan is only half right about taking this seriously. Those of us hunted because of the skin that we were born with, that black and brown color, we're serious as hell. And we've been shouting for other folks to wake up. But in order to emerge from this nightmare, it requires care. If you only care about you, and you happen to be white, you enjoy perhaps an alternative narrative that doesn't include sharing the planet with anyone else, we can't make you feel differently. That's a fact. If you choose to consume lies, if you want to support bigotry wholeheartedly while pretending it's just a political affiliation, we can't make you stop, but we sure as hell shouldn't shut up about it. After all, you can't kill all of us.